On Jazz Street with Mr. Friend of ours, friend of Jazz, Mr. Kendrick Scott. Welcome back to Rochester.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
So talk about your latest journey, bringing this band to Rochester and everything else that's been going on with you, man.
Well, it's been a beautiful time right now. I just got a grant from the Chamber of Music of America to write some new music.
Congratulations.
And so I'm really excited. We're working on some new music with the band, some music that's definitely has a social consciousness to it that we're working on. And the record that we did for Blue Note is entitled We Are the Drum.
Right.
And that's centered around that feeling of what the actual drum set is. If you think about the drum set, I saw a clinic by Max Roach that he did I think in the 80s or the 90s.
Yeah.
And he was talking about the drum set in general. The drum set, if you think about it, the snare drum and the bass drum are European. The cymbals are from Asia, and the toms are more like African and native drums.
Right.
And if you think about that putting together of those cultures in a drum set, that's what our world is like. So every time I sit down at the drum set, I think about how can we come together. And that's what my band is about. That's what Oracle is about, coming together, providing a message for the listener, and questioning the listener on their own convictions.
We're speaking to Kendrick Scott here on Jazz 90.1. Kendrick, let's talk about your production company, another passion of yours. What's the name of it?
It's called World Culture Music. So I've been working with that for a while. Right now we're kind of joined with Blue Note Records, so it's been a blessing to have the backing of also having Blue Note. You know, I started out as just an independent artist, and it built up to where now we're working with Blue Note. So it's a great it's been a great learning process.
For you, for a lot of emerging musicians, what advice would you give them in terms of building their career? Would you tell them try to sign with a label, or would you try to have them go on their own as long as they can without using a label, but try to keep it yours?
Well, I think the mindset for me has been all of my favorite artists, it's more about a body of work than anything. So with whatever you do, just be sure you're creating a body of work, because a snapshot is going to make you want to be better tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, you take that snapshot today, you're like, oh, I don't know if I look good enough. So tomorrow you take another snapshot and another snapshot. And when I look at the works of Duke Ellington and Count Basie,
right.
and Miles Davis, I say, wow, they have so many snapshots in their lifetime. So however you can get those snapshots made, I think you should definitely go in that route. I went the independent route because Terrence Blanchard encouraged me to just make music to start my body of work off. So I think you should capitalize on whichever way you can. But in this climate now, you can be independent.
We're speaking to Kendrick Scott here on Jazz 90.1. Who's in your band tonight?
So I'm playing with John Ellis on the saxophone, with Mike Moreno on the guitar, Shy Maestro on the piano, and Ben Williams on bass.
And, of course, you on drums.
And me on drums.
Kendrick, again, thank you so much for all the work you're doing, and thank you for taking jazz further with your legacy and body of work.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.